So, good evening to one and all present over here. I am Mehpreet Kaur of Delhi International School, Class 8 Dean. First of all, I would like to thank Press for giving me this opportunity to express myself. Today, I'm going to discuss one of the important topic that is climate change. So, a lot of people are confused between weather and climate. Weather is a short term in limited area and it could change rapidly. Along with this, it is very difficult to predict. Climate, on the other hand, is long term in a wide area. These are seasonal changes and can be measured over long spans of time. Causes of climate change, they are basically two factors through which climate change happens. First of all, it is the natural phenomena, and secondly, it is the human activities. Another major cause of climate change nowadays are the wars which are happening around the globe, such as the Ukraine and Russia war. The bomb explosion and the radioactive waves are very harmful for the environment. The natural phenomena on the broadest scale at which the energy is received from the sun and at which it is lost to the space determine the equilibrium temperature and the climate of the earth. This energy is distributed around the globe by winds, ocean currents, and other mechanisms to affect the climates of different regions. For example, change in Earth's orbit and rotation, variation in solar and volcanic activities. Another major contribution to climate change are by the human factors, human emissions and activities which have caused the highest percent of global warming, which has resulted in climate change in recent years. The global warming indicators are clear from increased temperature, humidity changes, sea level rising, showing that the land is warming up very fast due to fossil emission and thus changing the climate. Greenhouse gas effect is another contribution to climate change. Greenhouse gas emission from human activities intensify the greenhouse effect that contributes to climate change. Carbon dioxide from burning fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas is one of the most important factors in causing climate change. The largest emitters are China, followed by United States. Being a harmful gas, greenhouse gases are also essential for our planet. Planets with very little greenhouse gas are either very cold, example, the average temperature of Pluto is minus 370 degree Fahrenheit, or they have huge temperature swings from day to night. Example, on Mars, there is 300 degree Fahrenheit difference between high and low temperatures. Whereas on planets with abundance of greenhouse gas, the temperatures is very high. Average temperature of Venus is about 855 degrees Fahrenheit. On the other side, Earth is just having the right temperature. Also, without any greenhouse gas, scientists have found out that Earth will have minus 18 degrees Celsius or about 0 degree Fahrenheit temperature. So this shows like greenhouse gases are very harmful along with being essential. So how can we control? Here are a few steps through which we can control the climate change. Steps are also taken by our school to control the climate change, like the waste paper is sent to the nudge, which is an association that converts paper into table, clothes, and along with batches. Every year, one Mahotsav is observed in a school wherein we plant a sapling. Thirdly, solar panels have been taken as a source of electricity in our school. As mentioned in my earlier slide, our school has also got the Green Campus Award for all these steps. Thank you so much for being so patient and listening to me. Save Earth, save life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mehpreet. This was a wonderful presentation. Nice topic, environment. So, like, it's really that all the things which you have covered are really good and a nice presentation, Mehpreet. So, any
Thank you, ma'am.
questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who is it? Okay, Sujata. Yes, Sujata.
Ma'am, I have a question that how can we how we can reduce the risks of climate change?
Okay, so Mehpreet,
Yes,
there is
ma'am.
this one
Uh,
question for you.
few
How
steps
can
I've already told in my written MS slide, like we could change to the alternative resources, just like the solar panels, the wind energy, and hydroelectricity energy for saving the fossil fuels, because the burning of fossil fuels releases pollution in the air, so it's very harmful and it contributes to climate change. Along with this, in if we want to contribute in saving our climate, we can take small steps like turning off the electricity and the lights when we are not in the room. So just like that.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
any other question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Vaishnavi.
Ma'am, I have a doubt like how can we handle soft plastic?
How can we handle soft plastic?
Can you just elaborate what is soft plastic basically?
It's just the plastics that are like that can be reused.
That can
Plastics?
be reused,
Like
or single use plastics are you talking about?
ma'am, single used.
So,
Okay.
Mehpreet, I think single use plastic she is asking.
Okay. So by not using them in our abundance, I know that we need plastic in a less amount. Like we should not use the plastic bags as already told by Wade in his presentation. We should not use plastic bags, and we should avoid using a lot of things made by plastics, such as the plastic boxes. Yeah, and by using alternatives resources such as the cloth bags and metal boxes if you want. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, Vaishnavi, I hope this answers your question, right? Okay. And any other question for Mehpreet? None?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So there is a question from Shubh. He's asking, what do you mean by NDUGE? So you had mentioned Mehpreet in one of your slides about this.
Yeah. This is an association which takes paper, recycles it, and converts it into usable resources, just like the tables which are in the schools, or you could say t-shirts. And the badges of the own company only are made up of recycled paper. We have learned this from one of our, organizations in school. And nudge, the word basically means a slight push, which says we could slightly contribute in saving our environment.
Yeah, so it's a nudge to all of us that we should take that step to save the environment. Okay, Trivikram, I see your hand raised. You can
Yes,
go
ma'am.
ahead. Yeah.
Ma'am, like my question may be little related to the PPT. So the question is, in plastic bottles, we usually observe some symbol, recycle symbol, and inside that there'll be some numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. And like in those numbers, recycle number 2 and 4 and 5 are safe to use. Like we can use any number of times. It's safe to use. But what about the plastic recycle symbol number 1, 3, 6, and they are not safe to use. So what can we do with those plastic? How can we, yes, what can we do with the plastic? We cannot throw it in the ground like that. What can we do with that? That's my question.
Okay, so So you basically means that we cannot recycle that paper easily or the plastic easily, right?
Yeah, like yes, we cannot reuse it, so we have to recycle it. Like, should we recycle it? Yeah.
Yeah, we should recycle. We should send to the associations which recycle the plastics, and then it would help a lot.
Okay. Thank you for your answer.
So the first
Thank you so much.
important thing is, like, first of all, we should avoid buying those things which are just single use things. Okay. And the second thing is, in case if you have that plastic, make sure that you segregate the waste properly, and then hand it over to the concerned agencies or organizations. So for them, like, they can then handle that waste accordingly. Okay.